Yo, what's up people? In today's guide, I'm going to show you some tips to improve at Apex to get you to the next level. There's even going to be a special section in here just for Bloodhound players, so make sure you stick around for that. But this is not a guide for beginners. I know my content is normally geared towards beginners, but this one is for like more experienced players trying to get better. I did one of these videos before, so if you missed that, card is up there. You can check it out and then come back to this one because I'll be referencing some tips from that one. First thing I want to talk about is how you loot and set up your bag. Before I said your bag should look something like this, but that's for beginners. I don't even set up my bag like that. Your bag setup should look something like this. So your bag should be filled with shield batteries and not cells. The reason for this change is because in higher ranked lobbies, most players have either purple or red shields, causing 500 damage. To go from blue to purple is nothing, and pretty much everybody has purple shields pretty quickly. So healing up using shield cells takes way too long, and if people push you, then you only got like 1 or 2 slots refilled instead of the entire shield. So it's much faster to just use 1 shield battery than using 4 or 5 shield cells. But you should still keep at least 1 stack of them just to heal up if you got shot and your shield is down by like 1 or 2 slots. But when it comes to ammo, 3 stacks for your primary gun and 2 stacks for your secondary, 1 stack of syringes, and the rest should be grenades. The mindset you should have when it comes to looting now, because you're a better player, is that you take what you need. You don't need to have every type of healing item or a bunch of ammo, because if you need it, you can just kill a team and, take it from them. Beginner players don't get kills like that, so they kind of have to hoard, a bit of everything. So next tip are replicators. Use them often, because this is where you can get shield batteries from on demand. They cost 20 materials, and you can craft 3 if you collect all of the materials in the area. In the last video I said you need to do whatever it takes to stay alive, which means swapping shields no matter what the color is. Don't get attached to your shield. The same rule applies, but this time to guns now. If you are out of ammo, switch weapons. It doesn't matter how long it took you to get all the attachments. If you have no ammo, you can't use the gun anyway. So switch guns, especially if you're in a gunfight. Grab whatever's in the nearest supply bin or death box. I died many times because I used to hold out and hope I found ammo for my guns, and 9 times out of 10 I just found a group of enemies instead before I found ammo, so I learned to stop doing that. Tip number 4 is actually kind of a continuation from the last one. The reason I'm now comfortable switching guns when I'm out of ammo is because I learned to use most of the guns in the game. You need to learn to be able to get kills with every weapon. It's fine to have your favorite guns, but you still need to be able to pick up any gun and be good with it, even the ones you don't like. This is something I've been working on for the past 6 seasons. Yeah, I know, it's a long time. Every season I dedicate it to getting good with 2 weapons I suck at, and now I'm pretty much good with, most weapons. So it doesn't matter what I pick up, I can get kills with it. This is by far the most annoying tip here because you are gonna die a lot. Don't switch weapons if you're gonna die. You need to live and die by that gun that you're learning to use, and eventually you'll stop dying because, you'll learn to use it. If there's 2 guns that I highly recommend you learn to use, it's the Wingman and the Peacekeeper. These guns are powerful and great for ammo efficiency, so if you don't want to learn every single gun, fine, at least learn to use those 2. Next is going to be learn to use a minimum of 3 legends. There's some people out there that are one-trick ponies, and if you take their legend, they're dead weight because they're useless. Don't be this person. Learn to play 3 different types of legends. If you main Wraith, don't go and learn to play Octane or Pathfinder. You should learn to play 1 support, mobility, and offensive legend. And I mean really learn to play them, not just know how to use their abilities on like a basic level. You need to know every little trick and all their nuances, who they can counter, all of that. But specifically, if you main someone from this top row, learn to play the less popular characters down here, because the chances of your main up here being taken by another player is like 99%, okay? The reason a lot of Wraith and Octane players are honestly fucking garbage is because you don't have to learn to make sensible decisions if you can just push a button and immediately get away when you make a terrible play. So playing characters that don't have a get out of jail free type ability will teach you to make sensible decisions, because if you don't, you will die. I forgot what number we're at, so I'll just add this as a quick side note, but when you get knocked, you are not out of the game. Use your knockdown shield to protect your teammates if they're fighting in the open and to block enemy shots. This Bloodhound is a good teammate. They protected me when I had no health and we still lived. So use your knockdown shield to either help your teammates that are still up or just annoy the enemies. You know, you can block doorways and just stop them from moving or getting to death boxes. Like I said, just be annoying as possible until you are actually killed and spectating somebody else. Now, this section is for my Bloodhound mains. Let me talk to y'all real quick. Do you feel like you hit a ceiling and no matter what you do, you can't improve? Well, that's because you're playing Bloodhound. They're a crutch character. Now, I know what you're gonna say. But easily, there's Apex Predators and Pro League players who main Bloodhound. And yeah, that is true, but you're neither of those things, because if you were, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Now, here's why Bloodhound is holding you back. There's a cycle when it comes to playing this character. YouTubers like myself will recommend Bloodhound to beginners because that legend takes away the need to have any game sense. There's a lot of things you gotta learn when you jump into Apex, so to make that a bit easier, we tell players to pick the person that when you push a button, it shows you where everyone is. Now, when you get better at Apex, most people move on to other legends and learn game sense and improve at the game, and then they return to Bloodhound and they become even more useful because they have scans and game sense. But there's a specific group of people that just stick to playing Bloodhound and never learn any type of game sense. Now, if it feels like I'm attacking you and you're getting a bit defensive, then you probably fall into this group. So, tip number 7, game sense. I've been saying it a lot, but what does it mean and how do you get it? Well, game sense is basically having situational awareness. You ever have that one person on your team still looting while you and the other teammates are fighting for your lives? Yeah, that's a lack of game sense. That person is in their own world, not knowing what the fuck is going on around them. There's audio cues for every action in this game. Well, when the audio decides to work. So listen closely and you will know if enemies are pushing you, healing up, using their abilities. You just have to pay attention. That's all situational awareness is. Just pay attention and not getting tunnel visioned. Keep your eyes up here and down here. If you see a muzzle flash by a teammate's name, they're shooting at something, so look around and see if they're in danger, and if they are, go help. As for up here, pay attention that everyone is going the same direction. I don't know how teammates go the wrong way. If you're looking at the map, you should always be able to see your teammate. If I look up here and I don't see a teammate, I kind of just stop and open my map to see where they are. And I'll ping where I am so they know that they're not with the team and that we're moving. I still don't know how people die to the ring. There's literally a bar that moves. The diamond is you, and if you are not in this section here, you're gonna die. You need to move. Another thing you should be able to do is track people using visual cues instead of relying on Bloodhound scans. If you can see a zipline swing, it means somebody just took it. If you hear gunshots, look up in the sky as you head towards that direction so you can see which direction bullets are coming from. And if you hear a Crypto, Bangalore, or Gibraltar's ult, look up in the sky, again, to see where it's coming from, and use that visual feedback to find the teams. If you kill 2 people on a squad, and the last person was close to their death box, look for the nearest respawn beacon, because I guarantee they will be going there. All of these are ways to track people without having to use Bloodhound. That's pretty much just game sense. And the last tip here is probably the most important one, but if you're struggling and you can't improve no matter what you do and it's getting frustrating every time you play, then stop. Stop playing this fucking game. Apex is the most mentally exhausting game I play, and I have to take breaks from it pretty often, sometimes for a few days and even up to a month. It's why I don't upload videos as fast anymore because, yeah, I'm just tired. And it's also why I started doing skin reviews, just so I don't have to play this game, because it's so exhausting. I know this is a total 180 and a big tonal shift compared to the rest of the video, but I'm serious. Go play other games, and go do other things, take a long break, and then come back, because, when you do, you find it's less frustrating, and you can play better and make smarter decisions. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you got any tips, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and subscribe for more Apex content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.